Hello everyone, I'm Cadet Reiger, and today I'll be briefing over basic DNC or basic drone ceremony. A quick overview, I'll be going over stationary movements, such when you're in a platoon, or stationary movement commands, such as right and left face when in formation, and other basic marching in DNC. This is a platoon formation, and the guy in the front is the platoon sergeant, most likely, and will be the one commanding you, giving you all the commands for your movements or anything that involves DNC. He makes sure everyone's uniform, and that you should also make sure you're uniform with your other subordinate soldiers as well, and make sure you match so we look like a team. The first stationary movement I'll be going over is position of attention. Position of attention is when you're in squad formation. It's when the leader wants your attention and where you don't move or anything and you just stand still. Some commands with this are fall in or platoon attention. Platoon or the size of the element is your preparatory command. When you hear this, it's usually the size of the element, and you should be getting into parade rest, which we will talk about in a bit, and be ready for commands such as attention or parade rest. So it'll be like platoon, attention, and then you get in that position they tell you to, or any other command such as marching or anything like that. For this position, your toes should be equal. When you hear the command attention, your toes should be heels should come together and toes pointing out a 45-degree angle, and your weight should be distributed evenly on the balls of your feet, and have your legs straight without locking your knees. This is to prevent you from passing out, pretty much, from lack of blood flow. And your eyes and head should stay up and forward, and you should remain stationary as your arms hang naturally with your hands curled and your thumbs on the seams of the side of your pants. And you should remain silent and do not move at all, not even to itch your nose or anything that bugs you. This is to show discipline within your platoon and to show uniformity as you listen to your leader in charge. Our next stationary position when in formation is parade rest. This is the same thing as attention, so you don't move or anything, but it's just a different way you put your feet in your hands. Some of the commands, the preparatory command is parade, such as like when we're doing squad or platoon, and then the action command when you move to this for this stationary movement is rest, and it's only conducted from position of attention. So when your leader or platoon sergeant in the front of the formation is at attention and you're all at attention, he says parade rest, and then you all go to parade rest. And how you go on command when he says rest, you move your left foot 10 inches to the left of the right foot. At the same time, you place your hands on the small of your back or your lower back with your fingers extended and joined, while your thumbs are interlaced with the right palm facing out. And again, you keep your weight on both feet and legs straight without locking the knees. And your head and eyes should remain at attention and you must remain silent and still as if you're still in attention. This is just a different way to be in attention. Our next formation stance is stand at ease. The command is the preparatory command, which you get ready for, is stand at, and then the action command is ease. So if you're at parade rest already, you stay at parade rest, except you may follow your head and eyes to the person in charge. So as they may be walking back and forth, or they're far away in the center field, you should coordinate your eyes and head to them and still remain silent, and do not move the rest of your body except your head to look at the person speaking. Another uh, stationary stance is at ease. This is like stand at ease, but it's more relaxed. So the command is just at ease, no preparatory command, because you may move, but you must remain standing and silent with your right foot remaining in place. You may relax your arms by lowering them down your lower back a little bit, but you should keep them in the parade rest position, just in a lowered position, and interlaced as if in parade rest. Our last stationary stance is rest. This is the one where you may talk, smoke, drink, or anything. This is when you're just standing around formation waiting for some more commands, but you need to keep your right foot in place to keep the formation together. And it's similar to at ease, but it's more relaxed, and you can talk and stuff like that. And to secure your equipment after you're ready to move or something off to another station or something, it's at ease so you can prepare for the next command. Now we go on to the hand salute. This is for when the colors are presented or you see an officer or anything like that, if you're an NCL. So some of the commands is a preparatory command, so the one you think in your head that you're about to get a command is present, and then the action command is arms. So this is when you raise your hand up to your head to salute. And to return and to get your hand back to attention, the preparatory command for this is order, and then arms is when you place your hand back to your side. At command arms, when you're bringing salute up, your right hand is brought up with fingers extended together up to the outer corner of your eyebrow, but not touching it, or your glasses, or like a helmet or ACH, Army Combat Helmet. And the outer edge of your palm should be tilted slightly downward to hide your palm itself and your thumb, but not too extended. At command order, arms, salute is returned to the position of tension, and the salute is always performed when you're at position of tension. Now we'll go to some movements when in formation to turn the platoon sergeant wants to turn the formation to start marching or something like that. And the very basics is right, which is the preparatory command, or left. So it'll be right, face, and the face will be the action command. And this is always conducted at position of tension because that's how the movement is conducted. On left face, you want to raise your right heel, such as in the picture below, and your left toe, and you turn 90 degrees to the left and place the right foot back with coordination to the left one. You're not necessarily moving forward when you're moving left. Your feet, when they turn, they are mostly leading each other. So the right one will be behind the left one since you rotated, and then that's why you bring your right foot back to the left one to put yourself back in line with the platoon and to be back at position of tension in order for the next command. Now I'll go over some basic marching when you're in a platoon formation or a squad formation. Some commands are is forward, march, mark time, march, and squad or platoon, halt. Now we'll start with forward, march. This is the beginning of marching. You always, whenever you do anything such as an exercise or marching, you always start with your left foot. And when you hear forward, march, and you hear march, you want to move your left foot 30 inches and let your arms swing naturally. You don't want to be stiff and look like a robot. And they usually give a cadence when this is happening, such as left, right, left, something like that. And you want to stay in step with this cadence, or worst comes to worst, you stay in step with the person to your right. That's what we call dress right dress, in order to maintain uniformity and discipline. This shows our hard work and how we are a team. Mark time march. This is you start to line back with the person to your right and forward. And it's a march in like you're marching in place or walking in place pretty much. You maintain the cadence and the steps, and you get in line with your platoon before you halt, which your platoon sergeant would usually tell you when to halt, when he sees that the formation is aligned with each other. So this leads us to our last command, which is halt, or platoon halt. This stops the movement, and you take one more step, usually with the right foot, and then you bring your left foot back in order to return to the position of tension after you're done marching. To conclude, I went over stationary movements or positions such as position, tension, and parade rest, stationary movement commands, right, left, face when in formation, and basic marching commands and movements that you need to do. There's more to DNC other than just this basic stuff, but this is just to get you through the beginning. If you don't know absolutely nothing about ROTC or the Army at all, this is just to get you aligned with basic DNC and start learning these basic movements when in the Army. DNC is very important as it shows our discipline and uniformity and shows that we are a unit and a team together fighting the same mission. And if you want to look up this source, I got it from armypubs.com at with form FM 3-21.5. Thank you.